What it do, beloved? It's your boy, back at it again. Verse number 10, chapter 13, book of Matthew. Let's hop straight up in it. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Let's stop right there. Let's dive in a little bit right there. Right there. Number 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them into parables? They come up. They say, Yo, why ain't you just saying it straight? Why ain't you just letting them know what it is? Why you got to make them think about it? Why you got to make them put in effort to figure it out? Why you got to make them actually work for it, right? Almost a question that answers itself in that way, right? What is the best way I've found for someone to truly be able to grasp a concept is to put it into their own way of thinking, right? Is to parabolize whatever you're trying to show them. You know, there's like the classic example of Martha had 5 apples and Johnny had 2 apples. Johnny ate 1. How many apples do they have? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, 2 or 5 plus 2 minus 1, it's whatever it is. They're like, oh, yeah, Johnny, and they put it in apples, right? Just to make it more comprehensible, the concept more tangible, more graspable, right? In this way, though, it is not so easily interpreted, right? It's making you actually go through and ask the questions and then answer the questions or look for the answers, right? Instead of just giving you the exact bare bones, it's making you take the time to find those bones, right? And that's how I think more things should be done. I feel like more teaching should be done in this way, where you actually have to ask the questions. You have to take the time. That's homework. That's real homework, right? You go through a lesson without the answer being given to you, and then the homework is to find that answer, right? The homework is to sit down and ask the questions. Write down the questions, try and answer your questions, bring those questions back to the teacher. Have the teacher expound on those questions, right? Because again, like if it's just given to you, there's no work involved. There's no memory. There's no core memory around the answer, right? It's just, oh, this is what it is, and then it's forgotten, right? There's nothing to hold on to. It's smooth, right? There's no waviness to it. There's no roughness. There's no difficulty, right? That allows you to hold on to, grip onto, right? It's just, oh, this is what it is. This is what it's, just boom, blah, blah. Just in one ear, out one ear, instead of in one ear, your mind playing with it, right? And then out through your mouth, right? Your mind, in one ear, your mind spinning it around, redirecting it, looking at it from all angles, and then boom, it comes out your mouth, ends up coming out your mouth, not the other ear, right? Right? That's why I like the teachings of Christ, because it doesn't just lay it out for you. Makes you think about it. Makes you ask questions, makes you think about Christ himself and how he would be interpreting, how he would go about, right? According to his teachings, right? That's why I like parables. That's why I like this form of teaching. And hey, bro, that's why I think, of course, if it wasn't the best way of teaching, Christ would have taught in a different way, right? Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So maybe, right? And yeah, I guess that form of teaching does separate the wheat from the chaff, right? Because if you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the answer. If you don't really care, then you just don't get the answer. And it separates the people that do want to put in the effort, and maybe they don't care, but they want to, they care about what the answer will lead them to, right? Maybe they don't care about that answer, but they care about what comes after getting the answer, or what lessons they learn from searching for the answer, right? Maybe not the answer itself, but the lessons they learn along the way to the answer, right? But here, right, it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not. What does that mean? So obviously they're chosen, they're apostles. Christ saw something within them that he didn't see in others, seemingly throughout all of history, because he came at this point and went to go grab these specific people. Clearly there's something about them that most other people do not have. I think that's safe to say. But what does that mean? What does it's given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given? What are the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven? Are these the teachings of Christ that they had together in private, which is seemingly not very much talked about? It talks about the disciples coming to Christ after he speaks a parable to get an explanation, but it does not talk too much about their private conversations behind closed doors, which is interesting. Very interesting, right? What does this mean? And why is this the answer to them asking why he is speaking to these people in parables? It's seemingly not even an answer to that question. Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not. Alright, so, right? So is he just saying that it's your job to explain it to them? He's there to give them the questions. He's there to start them along that path. Get them, the people, I mean, not the apostles, right? Is Christ there to get the multitudes started upon that thought process, upon that journey, and then the apostles are there to guide them, to steer them, to help them, right? Because they know, but then the multitudes do not, because they don't have that direct line to the teacher, to the creator, right? Like the apostles do right now, with their walk with Christ. They get to walk directly with Christ. Not saying that we don't, but in a physical way that we don't, right? We walk with Christ in a spiritual way. He leads, right? But the apostles have one step, one firmament, one reality closer, one dimension closer, in that they were able to walk and talk with him physically, tangibly grasping him, right? So who else would be better to answer these questions than the apostles, right? Who were able to walk with him, talk with him. So is that what he's saying? Is he saying he's talking to them in these parables, teaching them in these parables because he wants to make them think, and then it is your job to answer them, to help them along that path? Is that what the question, is that the answer to this question? Seems along the right path. Verse number 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away that he hath. Dang. Interesting. Now, if you're looking at this in a surface level, right, it seems relatively redonkulous, right? Redonkadick, right? Some might say. He who has more shall be given. The rich get richer. That's the move. And he that hath not, what is it? From him shall be taken away even that he hath. So the rich get richer while the poor get poorer. Is that what Christ is saying? Although very true, that is not what I believe. That's not my interpretation, right? That's not what I think, right? What I think is more than likely wrong. I am not that guy, but this is what I see, right? It was just from my experience, right? From my earthly knowledge, right? He that hath does not necessarily mean that you have, right? I don't know if you've heard of this little thing of the power of, dang, what is it, bro? I don't know. But basically belief, right? Believing that you have something subconsciously. Is it the power of manifestation? That's what it is, dude. He's talking about the power of manifestation. Yes, dude. Believe that you have it, dude. You just have to believe that you have it, bro. And that, as much as it's jokes, hey, bro, it's facts as well, right? Having faith in God that he will bring what you need, asking him for what you need, not even asking him, but thanking him for giving you what you need, right? Thanking him for the healing, thanking him for the bed, for the house, for the food, for the money, right? For whatever you need. Not even asking for it, right? Thanking him that he's already given it to you, right? Because he knows what you need. He knows. He just knows, dude. Right? That's what I've gotten in the habit of doing, right? With my ACL tear, I thanked him for the healing he was giving me, right? I didn't ask for it. I thanked him for having already bestowed it upon me, right? I already have the healing. He has already given it to me. I already have the ability to build buildings that inspire those around me to follow Christ and to learn more of his path and of his teachings, I already have that, bro. I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. It's already happening, right? I already have it. And it's only being given to me more every day. You already have that ability. You already have that thing, right? You are only being given more of it every single day, right? And when you think that you don't have it, every single day you were getting less of it. You get what I'm saying? You understand? I don't know, bro. I don't know if I could be completely garbo bonzo beans, right? But this is in my experience, in my minimal knowledge, in my weak faith and belief, this is what makes my belief stronger. This is what I see working in front of me. This is what I believe the power of God is, right? This is my faith, right? Through Christ, through God, all things are possible. Faith, as small as a mustard seed, will move mountains, right? These are things that need no thought, no questions to be asked. This is just what it is. There are a few things where he says exactly what it is. Those are the things that he does. And I would have to be redardo beans, right? To think that the few things that Christ laid out flat and straight are not important and possibly the most important. That he didn't let anyone's interpretation or thought process get in the way of knowing and understanding those things, right? So, that's all I got for today. Sorry, Gab. I appreciate y'all staying around. I love y'all. Love y'all from the gang. I ask the Father to bless you. In Jesus' name, amen.